What happens to people over 60 if they chew yogurt thoroughly? That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya, a 63-year-old biohacker based on Japanese natural health and the author of the Ikigai diet. Do you eat yogurt? And are you chewing your yogurt? I suppose you're not, because it's something difficult to chew, isn't it? So I have been talking about chewing a lot, how important chewing is, and especially it is important with yogurt. You want to chew your yogurt thoroughly. Why? Well, that's something I'd like to share with you today. So first, I'll share with you why you need yogurt after 60 in the first place. Then, chewing saliva and the power of IgA. Yes, IgA is something so important. And finally, how can you chew yogurt when it is so soft? I said it is kind of difficult to chew your yogurt, but there are ways to chew your yogurt. So if you want to know all those hacks, please watch the video until the end. Those of you who just discovered this video today, this is the Ikigai diet channel, which is about how to increase health span for people over 50 or 60. I am the author of 4 books, and I usually cover things like diet, exercise, mindset, or anything else that is related to increasing your health span. So if you're over 50 or 60 and interested in health span expansion, please subscribe to this channel. Thank you. All right, so why you need yogurt, especially after 60? According to Stanford study read by Dr. Michael Snyder, humans age dramatically in 2 births at 44, then 60. And according to the study, when people reach their early 60s, they experience significant molecular changes that affect several key bodily functions, and one of them is immune regulation. The immune system's function declines, making the body less effective at fighting off disease. And the gut is in charge of the immune function. One of the decline is the decline of the bifidobacteria. So bifidobacteria levels tend to decrease in the gut with age, particularly after the age of 60. Bifidobacteria are a type of beneficial bacteria that are particularly abundant in the infant gut and play a crucial role in maintaining gut health and homeostasis throughout life. They are known to inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria and contribute to overall gut balance. So there are many bacteria in the gut, and those are usually divided into 3 groups: good bacteria or beneficial bacteria, bad bacteria or harmful bacteria, and the rest are called opportunistic bacteria. Now, the opportunistic bacteria go either way. If the good bacteria become dominant, they follow the good ones. But if the bad bacteria become dominant, they act just like bad bacteria. So you want to keep this ratio of good bacteria 2, bad bacteria 1, and the opportunistic bacteria 7. And bifidobacteria are one of the good bacteria. As people age, especially after 55 to 65, the population of bifidobacteria in the gut tends to decrease. This decline is often accompanied by an increase in less beneficial or even potentially harmful bacteria. So after 60, these good bacteria start to decrease and these bad bacteria start to increase. So this ratio will be broken. And they are in a constant battle. So the key is you want to increase good bacteria and you want to decrease bad bacteria. So how can you increase good bacteria? By providing food to those good bacteria, which are called prebiotics. What kind of foods are prebiotics? fiber, particularly soluble fiber or fermentable fiber, and oligosaccharides, and finally, resistant starch. So by feeding good bacteria with prebiotics, you can increase the number. But still, it is not enough because it takes time for them to increase. So you need some extra help. You need to send some reinforcement soldiers. How do you do that? Well, through probiotics. Probiotics are fermented foods or supplements. You can actually absorb certain beneficial bacteria and send to the intestines. And these are called probiotics. So they become the reinforcement soldier to support the resident beneficial bacteria in their battle. These ones are called transient bacteria. So they are resident bacteria and transient bacteria. Resident bacteria live within the gut, but when you take probiotic through fermented food or supplement, they don't stay in the gut forever, but they stay temporarily to support this battle. Therefore, they are called transient bacteria. But when you eat yogurt, you need to pick the one with bifidobacteria because not all yogurt are made with bifidobacteria. And what I do is I make my own yogurt using bifidobacteria. However, bifidobacteria have a problem. Bifidobacteria are vulnerable to stomach acid. So even though you eat yogurt and send bifidobacteria, when it reaches the stomach, quite often they are destroyed by the stomach acid, and not all of them reach to the gut. That's the problem, isn't it? That's where chewing comes in. So next, I'll talk about chewing saliva and the power of IgA. IgA, immune globulin A. There is an antibody called IgA, immune globulin A, in saliva. Antibodies are special proteins produced by your immune system to identify and neutralize foreign objects like bacteria and viruses. IgA is particularly important because it is found in the mucous membranes of your body, including your saliva, tears, and the lining of your gut. It acts as a primary defense, protecting these surfaces from pathogens. So chewing itself supports the immune function. By chewing and producing this IgA, it protects you from incoming viruses. Bifidobacteria and IgA. It is believed that when bifidobacteria bind with IgA, the IgA acts like a protective cloak, helping to shield them from the stomach acid and making it easier for them to reach the intestines alive. So, usually, if you just eat yogurt without chewing thoroughly, you send the bifidobacteria, but when they reach the stomach, many of them can be destroyed by stomach acid. But by binding with IgA, it protects them from the stomach acid and send them to the gut and make sure that they become the reinforcement soldiers. Okay, so now that we have established the fact that it is important to chew your yogurt, how can you chew yogurt when it is so soft? So that was the initial question, wasn't it? Well, there is a way, and a very easy way. So what I do is I usually make yogurt muesli. This way, yogurt become kind of solid form. And basically, you have to sort of chew yogurt to eat it. Basically, you're chewing yogurt with muesli. And good thing about this muesli is, so I am making muesli with whole grain, nuts and seeds and fruit. They all contain fiber. Remember, fiber is prebiotic. So that means the muesli contains both prebiotics and probiotics. And fiber also help the bifidobacteria go through the stomach acid as well. So it has a double impact. there's another benefit to chewing for the gut microbiome. So by breaking down food into smaller, more manageable particles, you're making it easier for beneficial bacteria in your gut to ferment the food in the large intestine. This can lead to a healthier and more diverse gut microbiome. Okay, so how many times should you chew? The Japan Dental Association recommends 30 times. So it is quite common for Japanese people to chew their food 30 times, but it depends on the type of food. Some food you might need more times of chewing to break it down. I find somewhere around 50 times is good. Mixing it with saliva is the key. In other words, binding it with IgA is the key. So chew sufficiently so that you can bind bifidobacteria with IgA. Without knowing the scientific benefit, chewing was regarded as critical in Japanese natural health. So many things in the Japanese natural health has been practiced without scientific evidence. But now, many of those activities are proven to be correct. So, by following the Japanese natural health, you're likely to put yourself in a healthy condition. And if you're interested in Japanese natural health, please read the Ikigai diet. We have more information on other elements of the Japanese natural health, such as Ichibutsu Zentai Shoku, Shindo Fuji, Ichiju Sansai, and Hare and Ke. Okay, thank you for watching. Again, my name is Hachiaki Takamiya, the author of the Ikigai Diet. If you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. Were you chewing your yogurt before watching this video? And how chewing is regarded in your culture? Now I said I make my own yogurt. Actually, I make yogurt using soy milk and bifidobacteria. If you want to know how I do it, you can watch this video.